Hey guys, this is Red and Blue, your channel on YouTube for all things PSG in English. Please subscribe. Today, I might be getting slightly ahead of myself, but we are 6 days away from Barça PSG. And so, it's starting to be on my mind. I think we're starting to see some news coming about it. Also, in the context of the Ballon d'Or earlier this week, there was a lot of chatter in the media about the whole Yamal versus Dembélé and Barcelona versus PSG of it all. I think, journalists are trying very, very hard to create some rivalry there and kind of like build up some tension ahead of the game. Truth be told, obviously, I think between Yamal and Dembélé, there's a lot of respect, but it didn't really extend all the way to Yamal's dad in particular, who had some very, very unfortunate comments. But Yamal losing the Ballon d'Or, Dembélé winning it, and Dembélé's talent in general. And then since then, there's been a lot of chat about, Yamal absolutely wanting to make it for the game and so on and so forth. So pressure is ramping up, and yeah, we're 6 days away. So I guess as good a time as any to start talking about it and what we know already. And the first thing, which it's surprisingly not nothing, is that we know where the game is going to be played, which was a question mark for a while. It's been confirmed that we're going to be playing in Montjuic, so that's the stadium where we beat Barcelona a year and a half ago, 4-1 in the return of the quarterfinal of the Champions League. It's the Olympic Stadium in Barcelona. It's on top of a hill, and essentially, just the construction work in Camp Nou is just so far behind that they haven't been able to play there yet. And the certification process with the Barcelona city and all of the people who need to give their approval for it is just so far behind that even if they start playing there this weekend, it's just not in a position to organize a game like PSG coming in this stadium. So we're going to be playing in Montjuic. It's about 50,000 people who can fit in this stadium. I think in general, if the crowd is further away, it's not it's not as much of a football stadium. It's an Olympic stadium, so it's made for different sports. So yeah, it is what it is. For us, it's got good memories as well. And so that's where we're going to be playing. Honestly, in my mind, the main impediment for this, the main consequence for this, is that for the fans, like I said, the stadium is on top of a hill which is covered by parkland, and so they need to come up the hill on foot, and it is prime territory for some incident to occur between fans, which is it's really not something we want to see. Hopefully all goes well. But yeah, I remember the game a year and a half ago, there were some noise about Barça fans insulting PSG fans, trying to create trouble. Obviously, the ultras, they kind of march together, and so there's safety in number to some extent. But people who come on their own, who are not part of a bigger group, it can very easily become a little bit dangerous. And not to draw suspicion on anything, but also some of the Barça fans don't have the best reputation in the world. So yeah, it is what it is. Hopefully, everything will go all right. I think the local police and so on have classified the game as one high-risk game. So hopefully there's enough manpower on the ground to make sure everyone is safe and everyone can enjoy, and there's no incidents, no violence, nothing like that. So yeah, anyway, so Montjuic will be where it's played. We're also getting a sense of where players are in terms of injuries, and obviously that's very relevant for PSG. What we're hearing, and we've heard this today, is that both Joao Neves and Barcola will test themselves and see how they feel in training today and tomorrow, before potentially being part of the squad for the game against Auxerre on Saturday, so that they can ramp up and be back to full fitness or full playing roles for the game against Barcelona. which is really ideal. Obviously, like both players missed the game against Marseille, and we definitely felt the impact. So hopefully they can come back. They can come back on good form. My sense, honestly, like it's hard to know because PSG doesn't communicate that much on injuries. But my sense is that both of them, it doesn't look like they've got very serious thing. It really does look like, you know, PSG is being super, super cautious with the players. And so, you know, there was a part of me was wondering, like, if the Marseille game had been like a decisive game for a trophy, or there was really like, you know, big reasons to win it or something, maybe like both of them would have been playing that game. So we'll see. Auxerre is not, I mean, it's a league game. Supposedly, it's not going to be a very, very strong opponent. Not the worst, though. We'll be talking about that in the preview. So there's flexibility. Maybe they start the game and come off early. Maybe like they come on the pitch at the 60th minute and just play for 30 minutes. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how Luis Enrique and his staff kind of toggle the playing times, which is going to give us a good indication of their fitness going into it. The other one as well, there's been a little bit of chatter about Doué actually like coming back to sit on the bench for the Barcelona game and making it to the squad for the Barcelona game. I don't know quite what to think about it because I like on one end I don't think we want to take risk with the players. I don't think like, you know, a player who's been out for nearly a month is gonna be able to make a difference on a high level game like Barcelona. You know, you do need to have like fitness and kind of match rhythm and so on to be able to contribute in a game like this. At the same time, it's Doué. He's hugely talented. Maybe for like, you know, 10, 20 minutes at the end of the game, he could come on the pitch and make a difference. It's really hard to say. Mostly, I hope that we're not taking chances with the players, because even if it's Barcelona and it's, you know, a game that we want to win, it's still only a group phase game for the Champions League. So it's not really worth a player getting injured for longer just because we press them back into service to try to get a result there. Ultimately, like it's our hardest clash away from home. So out of like the 8 games that we have to play in the Champions League, this is the one that will have the least consequence if we lose it. Not saying, you know, we shouldn't try to get a result, but ultimately, like if we get a loss there, yeah, like I mean, so be it. And I'd rather like, you know, take the loss than and like not having more players injured. Yes, and it's hard to say, but like, yeah, we'll see. The good thing as well, I mean, good thing, it's always hard to say good thing on injuries, but I guess the good thing is that Barcelona also has injuries. So, you know, they're miserable as well. So it's great. We love it. We love it when everyone is miserable. Yeah, Barcelona also has some injuries. They do have 2 players who are already confirmed going to be missing out. Well, 3 players, I guess. They've got Ter Stegen, their goalkeeper, who has got some back surgery in July, who's out. But he's not really like a starting goalkeeper anymore, so it's really not big impact. But then there's both midfielders Gavi and Fermin Lopez are both confirmed out for the PSG game. Gavi just got surgery as well. Fermin Lopez is out for 3 weeks after picking up an injury in Barcelona's last game. So it slightly reduces the options that Barcelona has in midfield. They do still have a lot of players and a lot of ways of playing, and you know, like I think Gavi is not really a starter anyway in this team. Fermin Lopez, he's got some decent playing time, and I think he's played pretty well this season. So this one is a bit more of a blow. But yeah, they do have some depth, so it shouldn't be a huge issue for them, I guess. But at the same time, they do have a couple more which are, you know, we're kind of unsure whether they'll make it back in time. First one is Alejandro Balde, with their left fullback. Yeah, he's got like an injury to the thigh. He hasn't played since end of August, since the 31st of August, so nearly a month. But he started training with the team again this week. So we'll see if they have a chance to ramp him back up before the PSG game. It might be a little bit short. Maybe he's available but doesn't start. Like, yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on this one. It's very, very uncertain at this time. And then the other one is a big one, Lamine Yamal. He's been out for the past 3 games, I believe, for pubalgia. Yeah, he's been missing for 3 games. He's still like not in training with the squad as we speak. So he's not going to be playing in Barca's next game, which is later on today. But he could be back to play Barca's game on Sunday against Real Sociedad, and so like make it back into the squad and play against PSG. There's a couple of caveats there. It's a kind of injury which is very, very hard to forecast in my experience. Sometimes it takes a long time to resolve. Sometimes players can just play with it, so it's a very strange one. And obviously, he's a young player. He seems very determined to play this game. So yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, like, I think, like, you know, our odds are definitely going to be better if Lamine Yamal is off the pitch rather than on the pitch. But at the same time, Nuno Mendes beautifully shut him out last time they met in the Portugal versus Spain final of the Nations League. So no reason why he couldn't do that again. But yeah, one way or the other, we'll have to keep track. And I think for me, like, that bring me back to my last point, which I wanted to make, which is a calendar for both teams. So for us, we only have 1 game to play against Auxerre this Saturday night, while Barcelona has 2 games to play. They're playing 1 today against Oviedo, and then they're playing at home on Sunday night against Real Sociedad. And so in both cases, they're only going to have 2 days between games. So 2 days off between Oviedo and Real Sociedad, and then 2 days off between Real Sociedad and PSG. So definitely not as much time for them, to bring players back to fitness, to prepare the game. Obviously, it's been in everyone's head, so I'm fully expecting them to be ready for it. But yeah, they do have a slightly busier calendar than we do. So we'll have to see. Obviously, like, I'll share more info on this game as it comes to light. Like I said, even if it's Barca ahead, we're still 6 days away, so there's still a little bit of time. We're going to be talking about Auxerre. I'm not forgetting about Ligue 1. We're going to be talking about that. But yeah, in the meantime, you know, we'll have to see how players get back into fitness and how, like, both teams proceed into this Champions League game. For now, that's what I had for you guys. Please drop a like on this video if you've made it so far. As always, please subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to get notified, all of those things. And let me know in the comment, like, kind of your level of hype for this game. How is it? Are you really looking forward to it? Or is this just, like, you know, a Champions League group stage game? Let me know what you think. And yeah, like, I'll be talking to you soon. And anyway, Ligue 1, Champions League, in Paris, in Barcelona. Don't forget, ici c'est Paris!